and welcome to the Daily Mill for Tuesday the 5th of August 2025. In today's Mill news, we shall start off by talking about this. Mentioned before, Alfie Devine. I think it was even mentioned, Steve Gallen mentioned it, he was asked about it, obviously. I don't think he brought it up impromptu. He was asked about it, and they said the Alfie Devine thing was a no-goer. But I think it was announced that they were trying to sign him on a permanent deal. But the thing with these loans as well, these Premier League clubs, especially Spurs, is the loan fee. There is a massive amount of money you're paying for a player for one season. Is it worth it? I don't know. Maybe in January, if we're at the top of the league, you put the cherry on the top and you say, yeah, fuck it, we'll pay a loan fee, but after that, I don't know. But yeah, and another thing to mention, pre-season's done now, and this was mentioned as well before. We looked at our young players in pre-season. All these Premier League clubs looked at their young players in pre-season. So everyone's looked at everyone. And now they've decided, okay, this is the first team, these are the subs, and these players, they can go on loan, or we'll probably have to sell them because their contract's running out next year, and we don't want to keep them. So all the decisions are now being made. And now you've got a month, till the rest of this month, the end of the month, the 1st of September, that's when the transfer window closes. And we'll start to see some movement. I'm surprised we haven't had any of our own youngsters being announced to be loaned out yet. But, it doesn't have to happen until the end of the month. So, no rush. And that might, again, in previous years, although we have some money now, we've sold some players that we have money. But in previous years, when they announced that, you got 2 or 3 youngsters going out on loan, that was kind of then the day after, we've signed this player, because it frees up a bit of the budget, but like I said, we've got money now from the outgoing transfers, so I don't think that's kind of how it probably works now. But let's have a read of this. So this is from the 72.co.uk, but they're writing up the story that was mentioned by apparently football.london, whatever that is, I don't know. Premier League club make midfielder available for loan and Millwall interest. Millwall are hoping to bring in another midfielder this summer, and they have been giving a huge boost over securing their target Alfie Devine. Millwall transfer target Alfie Devine has been made available for loan this season by Tottenham Hotspur, according to football.london. Mill have had a solid transfer window so far, with 6 new signings made. Alex Neil will be eager to guide his side into the playoffs after just missing out on the final day of last term. Neil has been honest regarding what areas he wants to strengthen ahead of the new season. Midfield remains a priority after the departures of George Honeyman and George Saville, despite Massimo Longo recently joining. It had been reported in July, this was mentioned, that the Lions are interested in a permanent deal for the Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Alfie Devine, and a new report suggested the South London side may be able to attain the prospect this summer. According to football.london, Devine is one of 8 players Spurs are willing to let leave on loan for the 25-26 season. The 21-year-old spent last season on loan at Belgian Pro League outfit of Westerlo, scoring 6 goals and 1 assist in 30 appearances. When this was announced, I did a video and I showed his number, put all of his stats up and things like that. It will be interesting to see whether Mill will choose to pursue a deal for the prospect, considering that they wanted a permanent move, or if they are happy to settle for a loan. And then they go on to talk about other stuff. He's under contract till 2027, so there's still time. So it's not like his contract's going to run out next season, but yeah, there you go. They're saying he needs to have a good season, whether that's with Millwall or another club. These are all his stats. He's a low-risk, high-reward method that benefits both club and player. Okay. But yeah, like I said, if there's a massive loan fee, what would be the point? And then Tottenham would figure, well, he's got 2 years left on his contract. We get a massive loan fee for him this season, and then we sell him next summer for and then if you add the money they get now for the loan fee and the money they get when they sell him with a year left in his contract, that would be probably add up to more than what Millwall are offering now. So it's just a business deal. Like they don't really care. I mentioned this as well. He's 21, and mentioned this lots of times previously. If you're in the under 21s, once you hit the age of 21, tick, 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 the clock is ticking. Or it's done, it's finished. You're not an under 21 anymore. Can you join the first team? Can you join someone else's first team? So, yeah, this kind of sounds like they're giving him one more season to do something out on loan. And you would imagine that they would want him on loan in the Championship because he has been on loan in the Championship before, 15 games. Been in League One, been in Belgium. Unless he goes somewhere like Scotland, but they already picked up Mickey Moore's already went to Rangers. So, yeah, I don't know where else he could go. So, there's that. So there's not really anything that we didn't already know. But Steve Gallen's already said like the deal's dead in the water, which I'm suggesting like if they wanted to sign him on a permanent, and if that's not an option, they'll just wait until next year. Depending on what he does this season. Obviously, if he has an absolutely blinder wherever he goes on loan this season, could be priced out of our range, but it is what it is. Now, moving on to this from the southernnews.co.uk, we've got two interviews. So yesterday, you may have seen on YouTube all of the interviews that Acton Mill, Lions TV, Chat with Chaps, and that Millwall podcast have done with the players. Millwall just put out their own video as well, I think, about the media day. They had a media day, obviously. For the players, taking all the pictures and stuff like that. They were giving interviews, not just to those podcasters, but BBC Radio London put some out. I don't know if that was today, on today's BBC. They have a sports programme at 7. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, because I've just seen the clips on the BBC website. And for some reason, they don't tell you from what programme it's from. They just clip it out and put it out on the web. I don't know, do they want views or do they not want the views? I don't understand, but yeah. So we've got press speaking to the players, and then I would imagine on Thursday they would have the traditional pre-game press conference, which I think they do on Zoom now, with the manager and the press regarding, looking ahead to the specific game on Saturday. So this is about the season ahead. So we might be getting more of this stuff coming out. But it's, what have we got? We got Wednesday. Then on Thursday you're talking about the game. And Friday as well. So I don't know where the space is to actually talk about the season ahead. But they have been talking about it. So new Millwall goalkeeper targeting a strong start to the season. And this is from the southernnews.co.uk. Millwall goalkeeper Steven Benda is targeting a strong start to the season after joining on loan from Fulham. The 26-year-old shot stopper signed on July the 25th and has started the Lions' last 2 pre-season friendlies. Benda spent 2 seasons with the Cottagers. That's an interesting sentence, if you know your Polari. As their backup goalkeeper after signing for Swansea City. He also had spells on loan at Swindon Town and Peterborough United. Benda is Mill's second goalkeeping addition of the summer, following free agent Max Crocombe. The club required 2 new goalkeepers after Liam Roberts left at the end of his contract and Lucas Jensen was ruled out for an indefinite period of time with a ruptured Achilles sustained in late April. The German is pleased to have joined Alex Neil's side. Yes, I'm very happy to be here. It's obviously a great club, really good lads, good fans, so I'm very excited to be here. The lads just missed out last season, but we've got a lot of belief, and we've got a really good group, and hopefully we can have a strong start to the season and kick it on from there. We've got a lot of experienced players. We've got some really good young players, and it's a really good group of lads. And when asked why he chose to join Millwall, Benda said, it's fairly close to where I'm living at the moment, so it's quite easy for me to stay where I am now. But it's a great club, great, good fans, and very good place to play and develop. Brenda had previously worked with Millwall's goalkeeping coach Dean Thornton, appointed earlier this summer at Swansea. I had him at Swansea before, we had a lot of chats before I came here. He obviously wanted me to be here, so it's a fairly easy transition to come here. I asked if he joined to cement a place and join permanently. Bender said, I'm here to get some game time, and we'll see from there. Bender has joined the goalkeeping room without a clear number one. He and Crocombe arrived this summer, while George Evans was promoted from the under-21s and started the final 4 games of last season, with Jensen and Roberts both unavailable. Bender thinks the competition will be beneficial. I think you need that. I think you need all the goalies to be hungry, to want to play, to have that competitiveness in training, and then you can push each other to new places, It's been really good support. Bender made 4 appearances for Fulham last season, all in cup games, and was regularly exposed to shots from Premier League calibre forwards in training. I think my level got raised a lot in training. You have to work to that standard of the players, so I think I developed a lot over the years at Fulham, but also now looking forward to playing regularly. Bender has also championship experience, having started 27 games for the Swans and 9 games for Peterborough. Asked what he thinks he will bring to the team, Bender said, it's a very solid team, so I'm just trying to help the back line to have that confidence, the belief, relieve some pressure coming from crosses, and just be solid and help the team out. On his goals for the season, Bender said, play as much as I can and help the team as much as I can. Hopefully win as many games and keep clean sheets and have a good season. So yeah, looks like he's just coming on loan. So there you go, and then we'll see. Maybe he'll love it here, maybe he won't. I'm pretty sure the Fulham's training ground is at Hotspur Park, which I believe, I'm not sure, I think it's south of the river. Somewhere like Kingston or somewhere like that. It's got a KT postcode, I'm not sure. So, he technically South London club. If you're where you train, you're training more than you're playing at Craven Cottage. Not much of a commute for him if he's living south of the river. So there you go. Hopefully he has a better first game than Jensen did. Although obviously Jensen did improve, but my God, that game against Watford. Oh my God. Now, moving on to this. Also from the Southern News.co.uk. They've been speaking to Mill legend Steve Morison, and he backs the Lions to have a really solid season. Okay, what does that mean? We're going to get the playoffs or what? Come on, put your neck on the line. Come on, make a definitive statement. So Steve Morison thinks Mill will have the chance to do something good this season. The Lions legend, now Sutton United head coach, got a close look at his former side as they beat the U's 6-2 in a pre-season friendly last Tuesday, July the 29th. Alex Neil's squad finished their pre-season schedule with 5 wins from 7 games, scoring 18 goals. Whoa! They are aiming to build on last season's 8th place finish, 2 points shy of the playoffs. And Morison backs Mill to give it a good go. I think they have a really good, solid season, Morison told News then. It's probably the first time for a long time that you're not sitting there going, first and foremost, you always want to get 50 points. It's always the way in that league. We always used to talk about that when we played. And it was to get 50 points to see where we are. But I think it's the first time for a while where you're actually sitting there going, go on, let's see how good this team is and let's see where they can get to, which I think is a real positive place to be. You still have to make sure, and I'm sure the dressing room will make sure of that, the likes of Coops, Luongo as well, will make sure complacency does not pop in, because it's a really, really good league, isn't it? And Mill did well last year, and they want to build on that. And the building phase on that is finishing higher and possibly playoffs. But you look at the teams who've come up from League One who are going to have a right go, and the teams that have come down are pretty big as well. So it's not going to be easy, but I think Mill have got some real young, exciting players that can be anything, And if they can get them out as much out of them as they can, they've got the right opportunity to do something good. Asked whether he still keeps up with Mill, Morison said, "Yo, you check everyone's results, you look at all games, all leagues. Obviously, I'm always interested in what Millwall are doing. I always keep an eye on them. My lad loves Millwall as well, so he's always telling me everything that's going on at Millwall. I don't even need to look at it. I do keep in touch. It's real easy to do." Despite the heavy loss, Morison was pleased with how his side played against a team who are 3 divisions above them, with Sutton scoring 2 out of the 6 goals. With Sutton scoring 2 out of the 6 goals Mill conceded all of pre-season. It was a great game for us. It was always going to be hugely challenging. We'd had a good pre-season. It was a tough game. I said to the players after, there's levels to this game. On actual shots on target, I think we had 7 and Mill had 8 and they scored 6. So it was just that difference in clinicality and putting the ball in the back of the net. And they were ruthless and it was a pleasure to watch. It was a real positive for our boys to be able to stand there and go toe-to-toe at times. I don't think Mill have conceded very many in pre-season, and we managed to nick a couple. Should have definitely had 2 more with Ashley's chance in the first half and Henry Sundance in the second. It was great outing for us, and it's nice to see everyone that I hadn't seen for a while and seeing Mill in action and seeing how well they're getting on. So there you go. Steve Morison's son is a Mill fan, confirmed. So there you go. Now we've got some pictures from the Millwall website, millsc.co.uk, the official club website, from the training session. Obviously, I showed you the bits that they put on the little clips that they put on their Twitter account, X account, whatever it's called now. Millwall Football Club hosted its annual open training session at the Den on Monday the 4th of August, which was yesterday. After addressing the attending crowd in SC16, head coach Alex Neil alongside his backroom team then put his players through their paces as preparations begin to build for Saturday's 25-26 Sky Bet Championship opener against Norwich City at Carrow Road. Following that, squad greeted supporters posing for photographs and signing autographs. Let's take a look at the gallery below and see if you can spot yourself. So these pictures here are more about the players, because obviously we've had all pre-season, they've been photos from training. So yeah, here we go, and there they are alive. Kevin Nisbet, although his leg looks a bit ropey. Is he okay? And then Danny Kelly's their back. I think they let him go to Scotland to do some Nicola Sturgeon lookalike work. I think that's what happened. Zach Sturge is here. He is alive. We've seen him in a game, but there's Alex Neil there. Negley. The fans there. All looking good. Yep. 2 balls Livermore. Kevin Nisbet, there he is. Zach Sturge with a fine head of hair. Fine head of hair. Lovely looking locks on Zach Sturge there. There you go. Look at that. Very, very clean line there. Very clean line. And there you go. Leonard, Baker. Anyone? Can we see Ivanovic? Because a lot of people saying no, Ivanovic wasn't training. They're all wearing football boots. Ivanovic was wearing trainers. Danny Mack. Again, he's wearing trainers, so he wasn't. He was just doing I guess stretching work and shit like that. You see, there's a exercise bike there in the background. Maybe he was doing that. There is Ivanovic stretching. So, was he doing anything? Is he here? Is Ivanovic here? No. Can't see him there either. Bangor Williams. Wes Harding. Billy Mitchell. Zach Sturge. Danny Kelly himself. Condell Howland. Doughty. AJ Matthews doing a bicycle kick. Crocombe, whatever it's called. AJ Matthews again. Careful you don't choke yourself on that bib, son. Jacob Rosozny, keeper. He's got a hole in his knee. He's been diving a lot. There's leggings there. And there they are. Now we've got some crowd shots. Again, seems everyone had a fantastic time. Why not? Why not? Even Alex Neil getting involved in all that stuff. There's Ivanovic there. He's nicked someone's hat. Giving it back. And there we are, back round at the start. So there you go. Now, I'm going to finish with this, which could, it could help us at the weekend. This is from the Norwich Evening News, which the website of which is eveningnews24.co.uk. Norwich City fans struggle to enter Carrow Road for friendly. They had their last friendly at the weekend against NAC Breda. They won 2-0, but there were, I think, maybe up to a couple of thousand people outside before kickoff because of what they've done, which is, I think, what Millwall were trying to do as well. That obviously Millwall haven't forced it through like Norwich have, but this could help us on Saturday. It could also be a problem if they decide to delay the game. Now, delayed games are things that happen at other clubs. Like, I remember, was it the opening game? Was it Leicester? We had the campaign Fill the Den. They wanted to, get people back down there, and the people responded, but there was a lot of tickets to collect. And the queues going out the turnstiles were absolutely insane. And they didn't delay the kickoff for us. So again, if you've got a specific train ticket or you've got plans in London back after the game and you want to get back to them, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to get back to London about 6:30, 7 o'clock, wherever it's going to be. The game might be delayed because this looks like a shit show in the making. Because we'll read it and you'll see what they've done. It says hundreds, but maybe hundreds of Norwich City fans missed 2 stars, hit the back of the net as they grappled with a new ticketing system. The Canaries beat NAC Breda 2-0 at Carrow Road on Saturday in the final pre-season friendly ahead of the championship opener against Millwall. Ante Krachnak and Josh Sargent scored the goals in the opening 15 minutes, but some fans missed the key moments of the match. So you buy a ticket for a game, you turn up and there's massive queues outside, and you miss the only goals of the game. Holy shit. So nearly 20 minutes after kickoff, supporters were still entering the south stand and were left frustrated when they heard the celebrations. One fan said they'd been queuing for nearly half an hour as the numbers swelled near gates 44 to 53 of the south stand as the match got underway. It's all because of the change to digital ticketing, another disgruntled fan said while in the queue. And here we go. This is why I don't want this shit. The Canaries have adopted a new contactless approach to tickets for the 25-26 season. The move required supporters to have tickets loaded onto their phones and stored in their Apple or Google wallets to gain entry to the stadium using the existing contactless readers at the turnstiles. So there you go. And all of these clubs are pushing this because they're getting incentives, kickbacks, whatever you want to call it. They're being paid by Google and Apple to force their supporters to use these products. So then the hope is that then Apple and Google, if you have it for the football, you'll use it for other things. And then they make money, and then that money's not even the main thing. It's the information. They have information about what you're buying, and then they can sell that to advertisers. Because your phone is connected to the Wi-Fi that you use, which is, you may find out when someone who lives with you comes in. Let's say you're at home on your own, you're watching YouTube or whatever, you get certain adverts. Your wife walks in, all of a sudden you're getting fucking adverts for fucking makeup and all that shit. It happens to me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's because she's been in Boots walking around the makeup aisle, and it's been tracking her as she's going through the store. It's fucking insane what they're doing now. You have no idea. It's really creepy, mate. It's really creepy. So yeah, the club has encouraged supporters to go to the ticket office at Carrow Road throughout this week if they have any queries ahead of this weekend. For those who do not have a smartphone, fans can contact the ticket office and request a card that will be scanned at the barriers. So yeah, this is, what Mill will do. We have the team card, the membership card, the season ticket card, which is a plastic card like a credit card. They load it onto that, and then it lets you through at the barriers, the turnstiles. So they've done it the other way, where they're forcing people to go to Apple and Google, but then there's a third option that you have to request if you want it to get the card. A second fan who preferred not to be named said they're concerned about their season ticket. He said, this is only for a one-off match, he said, but I've got season ticket and there will be double the numbers here on Saturday. It could be a shambles. The move to digital ticketing was designed to support the club's sustainability objectives ahead of a new season. Bullshit. So there's paper tickets. But why use Apple and Google Wallet? And why use smartphones? So what's this about? How is this kid got a smartphone? Is this 6-year-old, 7-year-old kid got a smartphone? Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? But like I said, it could be advantageous to us if we have a disgruntled crowd who are pissed off at the club because they've been sitting outside or standing outside for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Maybe they missed the whole first half. Maybe half of the crowd is in the stands, and we're like, they're not making noise. Well, they aren't making noise anyway, do they? Some of them do. I think they have like one stand that makes noise. The rest of them just sit there in their yellow kits, like mongs. But so yeah, could be a situation to keep an eye on. Again, could be a problem if they delay the kickoff. No doubt though. Oh, referee, can you delay the kickoff? There's 10,000 people outside. Yeah, what a load of old shit. But yeah, there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.